What if I told you that the wealthiest 1% don't just save money in a bank, they actually become the bank? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are pulling back the curtain on a strategy called the hybrid infinite banking model. If you have ever felt limited by a single financial product, you are not alone. The problem most people face is that they rely on just one tool, which restricts their flexibility and growth. But the 1% of the people use a secret angel to ensure they never have to pay traditional bank interest again. Today, I'm going to show you how to master the synergy between whole life and universal life policies to create your own private vault, a liquid pool of capital that grows tax advantaged and stays out of the reach of big banks. So, why one policy isn't enough? Think of your financial plan like a car. If you only have one engine, you are limited by its specific capability. But with a dual engine strategy, we use whole life as your stable foundation and universal life, specifically index universal life, as your growth accelerator. The goal of infinite banking is simple: to create a pool of capital that you control. You want money that is liquid, meaning you can access it when you need it, and that grows in a tax-advantaged environment. By combining these two, we solve the problem of limited flexibility and maximize your ability to leverage capital for life's major expenses. Whole life is the bedrock of the infinite banking. Let's talk about the first pillar, which is whole life. This is your bedrock. Why is it essential? Because it offers contractual guarantee. Regardless of what the stock market does, your cash value is guaranteed to grow every single year. In North America, participating policies also pay dividends, which have historically, it's been very stable, often ranging between 5% and 6%. For your bank, this predictability is vital because it makes your loan easier to calculate. You will know exactly what your borrowing power will be 10, 20, or even 30 years from now. This is the perfect place for your primary emergency fund and your family's baseline legacy. Now let's add the second engine, which is universal life. Specifically, the index version, while whole life provides the floor, index universal life provides the ceiling. It allows your cash value to grow based on market indexes like the S&P 500. Here is the best part. It protects you from losses with a 0% floor. If the market crashes, you don't lose your principal. This creates an arbitrage opportunity. Imagine the index grows at 8%, but your policy loan only costs you 4%. You are effectively making a 4% profit on money you have already spent. Plus, universal life gives you premium flexibility. You can adjust your payments during lean time to keep your bank active. This is the ideal tool for funding investments like real estate or business ventures. In this slide, you can compare universal life and whole life. As we discussed before, the growth in universal life is guaranteed, plus it pays you dividends. But in universal life, the growth is based on the market linked and it's a higher upside. The loan predictability is high in whole life, but in universal life is variable and it's an arbitrage focus. The premium in whole life is fixed, whereas in universal life, the premium is adjustable. And most important things is in whole life, the role in infinite banking is safe and steady, whereas in universal life, the role is the opportunity fund and it's aggressive. How do you actually build this? It is a life cycle. Phase one is starting with whole life to build that guaranteed base and the discipline of saving. Once that foundation is set, you move to phase number two by adding universal life to capture those market gains. The ultimate synergy happens when you use the dividends from your whole life policy to pay the premium for your universal life policy. Now, your bank is self-funding. This is the rich person's secret. Designing a system that overfunds these policies, staying just under the legal limits to create a private vault that the government and big banks can't touch. So for the summary, if you want the stability of a bank with the growth of an investor, you need both. Don't just buy a policy, design a system. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below with your biggest takeaway about the hybrid model. For a custom illustration on how this would look for your specific finances, check the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.